Section 8.4 is synthetic division, which is another type of polynomial division used only when your divisor is linear. So if you're dividing by like an x plus 3 or an x minus 7, something like that, this is a shortcut. To set up synthetic division, you put whatever makes your divisor equal to 0 inside the box. So in this case, it would be a positive 1. And then you write out all the coefficients of your dividend, including any empty things. So we didn't have an x cubed, so we need to have a placeholder because we had 0x cubed. So you should always have one more coefficient than whatever your power is. So if this is a power of 4, I should have 5 coefficients. So you start by bringing down your first term, so you bring down your 3, and then you multiply. So you multiply what's in the box by what's down here on the bottom. So 3 times 1 ends up being a 3. Then you add 0 plus 3 is 3. And then you multiply again. 1 times 3 is a 3. And then we add. 8 plus 3 is 11. Multiply. 1 times 11 is 11. And then we add. Negative 7 plus 11 is 4. And then multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. And add, we end up with a positive 8. So then this down here are the coefficients of your answer. So if we divide a 3x to the 4th by x minus 1, think about your polynomial division. What would I have to multiply x by to get 3x to the 4th? Well, it would be a 3x cubed. So this first term just drops a power. Whatever you started with, you drop one power. So 3x cubed plus, and then drop one power from each one there. 3x squared plus 11x plus 4, and then the number at the end is your remainder. When you divide 3x to the 4th plus x squared minus 7x plus 4 by x minus 1, you end up with 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus 11x plus 4 plus 8 over x minus 1, or with a remainder of 8. This is a slightly different question. We want to determine whether x plus 3 is a factor of 2x to the 5th plus 5x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do synthetic division. So go ahead and pause the video and just set up your synthetic division. So what goes in the box is whatever makes your linear factor equal to 0, in this case a negative 3, and then label out all your coefficients. So 2, 5, negative 2, 2, negative 2, 3. Bring down your 2. So go ahead and pause the video and try the synthetic division on this. So I bring down the 2 and then I multiply. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Add 5 plus negative 6 is a negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is a positive 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So then if I asked you what would the answer be if I divided these, just start with what the one less power, so it started at degree 5, so it's going to be degree 4. You get 2x to the 4th minus x cubed plus x squared minus x plus 1 with a remainder of 0. So to answer the question, determine whether or not it is a factor, your answer would be yes. If your remainder equals 0, this is called the remainder theorem, if your remainder equals 0, then whatever your divisor was a factor of your dividend. So if you think about factoring your polynomials, it's the same thing, dividing, you end up with a remainder of 0 if it evenly divides. So if x plus 3 evenly divides into this larger polynomial, you're going to end up with a remainder of 0. So you can decide whether or not something is a factor by looking at its remainder after you're doing synthetic or polynomial division. And we will use this to help us factor higher order polynomials in a couple sections. So try this one. Determine whether x plus 4 is a factor of 4x to the 6th minus 64x to the 4th plus x squared minus 15. So to set up my synthetic division, whatever makes your linear factor equal to 0 goes in the box, so negative 4, and then all your coefficients, including any missing terms. So 4x to the 6th plus 0x to the 5th minus 64x to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 1x squared plus 0x's minus 15. And then bring down your leading coefficient. Multiply, negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Add, 0 plus negative 16 is negative 16. Multiply, negative 4 times negative 16 is positive 64. Add, you get 0. 0 times negative 4 is 0. Add, you get 0. 0 times negative 4 is 0. Add, you get 1. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Negative 15 plus 16 is a positive 1. So the question asks, determine whether or not it's a factor. So I have a remainder here. The very last term is your remainder in synthetic division. And I have a remainder that is not equal to 1. Therefore, x plus 4 is not a factor of 4x to the 6th minus 64x to the 4th plus x squared minus 15. So synthetic division is a shortcut way to do long division, but only works when you have a linear factor. So we're going to be using this next section to factor these higher order polynomials in order to graph them.